Hello, my name is Lola, and I'm going to react to Caddicarus' old Peppa Pig has a music career. This was recommended to me by Kay Crompton, and yeah, I never grew up with Peppa Pig. Like, I only knew about it from the memes. That's it. I've never seen an episode, never seen anything, and now all of a sudden, Peppa Pig has a music career? What? Let's see what Caddy has to say, and if you want to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, you can, or if you don't want to, that's fine too. I just do this for fun. Here we go.
Excuse me, sir, can I get you a drink?
Ah, garçon, perfect. Yeah, I was just wondering, could I get all the alcohol?
There you go.
All of it?
All of the alcohol, yes.
Okay, great. And for food?
Well, to be honest, I'm feeling a lot like pork tonight, so what do you recommend?
Well, we've got bacon salads, we have meatballs.
You know what, I think I'll have the hot dog, and be quick about it, I want it here 5 minutes ago!
Well, actually, kitchen told me we've got no pork.
What? Oh man, I was really feeling like a bit of pork.
Yeah, sorry, but they did give me this. What?
Oh please, God, no!
What's the problem?
Give that thing here, this can't be real.
Hey, they should get pork.
Peppa, when did you get a music career? I hold here, in my hand, the debut album from aspiring rapper Peppa Peminem, and I can't believe it exists. Like, I actually can't, because not only does this mean she has infected the only media source which was initially safe from her trotters, but it also means that this is proof Peppa Pig fever is not dying down anytime soon. It's hotter than ever. This is brand new, by the way. I just want that to sink in. If you've never heard of my channel before, you're probably wondering why I despise a seemingly harmless kids show so much. And don't worry, I do have my reasons.
Bursting bubbles is quite hard work.
I did an entire video about it actually, so click up there to go and see it. But to put it simply, I think that even after so many years it's been on and after hundreds upon hundreds of stories, the show never evolved to teach kids any valuable morals and demonstrated the most irredeemable, disrespectful and bratish behaviour from its main stars, you know, who the target audience are potentially going to relate to and copy, without discipline ever coming into question. At least I can only say that based on what I have seen from the show.
I mean, God, even Pingu got reprimanded.
This therefore leads to the characters in the show never growing, improving or learning, which means the kids watching never grow, improve or learn. But taking all of the morality stuff aside, I hate how ugly the art style is. George Pig is one of the most violently annoying cartoon characters of all time, and every episode serves as empty noise ready to be filled by a narrator that just repeats everything the character's already said, or says exactly what everyone is already seeing.
Eat your ice lolly before it melts and falls on the ground.
George's dinosaur ice lolly has melted and fallen on the ground.
You'd think by now that after 420 episodes over the span of 15 years, a couple of movies, a handful of games, and a theme park, that maybe, just maybe, the creators of this godforsaken show would have run out of ideas and would start putting their energy into other projects. But no, they're gonna milk this boar for all she's worth, and we're now at the stage of a Peppa Pig album. Have you ever walked down Hollywood Boulevard and had a load of people shove their mixtapes in your face?
Never went to Hollywood. And I had no idea Peppa Pig was this popular. Jesus Christ, man. Freaking had a theme park? Its own theme park. Jesus, man.
Well, imagine for a second that this thing is chasing you with her mixtape. That's what this is. And like a knife slicing my vital organs, I welcome it. So everybody sit back, relax, and allow me to get my wireless Bluetooth Cove Solitude headphones on as we take a look at Peppa Pig's album. Oh, no, sorry, my mistake. Peppa Pig, my first album. She's so conceited! Why is Peppa so up herself? Like, she expects that this is gonna do well already, and there's gonna be a second album, inevitably. And hell, what if it doesn't stop there? First we get Peppa Pig, my first cinema experience, then Peppa Pig, my first concert, and now this! What could be next? Peppa Pig, my first handgun? I've already got one of them! Okay then, I'm ready for you to hit me with your best shot, my first album. And to start with, I'm at least glad I could listen to it entirely through my Apple Music subscription, meaning I didn't have to pay for it. But I'm not too sure about the album cover. I don't know if it's the upside down Apple AirPods here, or if it's simply missing something. I don't know. How about if we... Ah, there we go! The hashtag Peppa effect rages on with Help me! Okay, so we begin at track 1. It's Peppa Pig. No shit.
Yeah.
Who else is it going to be? By the way, unfortunately,
Yeah,
due to
Mickey Mouse?
copyright restrictions, I'll have to do a lot of describing on what the songs sound like, and only pause to use extremely short clips as and when they're appropriate. Yes, I know that sucks, but trust me, I'm doing you a favour. Anyway, It's Peppa Pig is basically a more produced and extended version of the theme song, and it's not the worst thing I could have imagined, actually. You've got a kids' choir taking you through most of the song, which entices the little ones to learn the easy rhymes and sing along, but then all of a sudden it gets interrupted by Peppa herself.
I live in a yellow house on a hill.
And maybe it's because I'm a bit out of touch with the show, but that does not sound like Peppa to me. Unless Peppa is supposed to be 30, the voice is way too deep, I'm starting to feel uncomfortable, and then all of a sudden...
Oh, I'm a bit of an expert.
What? What the hell was that for, Daddy Pig? You're a bit of an expert at what? There's then a part in the last 40 seconds of the song that I like to call the Muddy Puddle Breakdown, because it's just Peppa talking about how much she loves jumping in muddy puddles with horrible suction noises in the background. And I'm fine with this, I suppose, but it makes me very worried about what the hell track 10 could be about if we've already talked about jumping in muddy puddles. Anyway, the song ends with someone taking a big dump.
I am Peppa Pig.
And on to track 2, Bing Bong Zoo. This song is basically just a load of annoying nonsense. That didn't take long, did it? Think of it like an audiobook of Peppa and her friends describing a few animals at the zoo, asking you to copy her actions even though you can't see her, and then putting those parts in between a song that can only be done justice by doing a dramatic reading of it. Bong Bing Boo. Bing, bong bing. Bing bong. Bingly bungly boo. Bing bong bing. Bong bing boo. We're all going to the zoo. Ting ting. This is the zoo stop. Oh, there's also some questionable sound effects in here too.
Did you hear that?
I'm starting to feel a bit sick. Peppa, have you had a bath? I think you've given me foot and mouth disease. The most annoying thing about this song to me, though, is that out of every animal they could have possibly picked to fit in the chorus with the correct syllable count, for example, what they do with their first chorus,
I'm a penguin at the zoo.
they instead go for this,
I'm a crocodile at the zoo.
then this,
I'm a butterfly at the zoo.
and then
what?
this.
We're all animals at the zoo.
The words don't fit with the rhythm, preschoolers can't move their tongues that quickly when they sing, and I feel like my entire body is shriveling. The next track is Let's Get Ready, which is very easy to explain. It's row, row, row your boat, but about getting ready for the day. You know, getting washed, brushing your teeth, getting dressed, and all being sung without rhyming. Brush, brush, brush your teeth until they're sparkling white. Brush up and down and round until they're sparkling white. Wait, that's the line? That's what we're going with? It's the same word! I mean, look, it isn't difficult. Just change the first line to brush, brush, brush your teeth. Make sure you do it right, and the problem is solved.
We can't go out yet, George.
Yeah, because we look like this! Well, so far, Peppa's album is pretty hoppin', but is there a way we can make it more boppin'? Well, you should try listening to it with these Cove Solitude Bluetooth wireless headphones to completely isolate you from outside noise. They're what you've been seeing on my head throughout this entire video, and they're also what I chose to listen to this album on. The entire thing. Yes, Daddy Pig never sounded so good. Recognise the name Cove as well? You should do, because they make the utterly amazing portable Bluetooth speaker, the Commuter, which I have promoted before. And with these gorgeous headphones with Bluetooth 4.1 wireless quality, I now don't need to tape 2 commuters to my head. Luckily, the headphones are way more comfortable than that too, with memory foam ear cushions, and extremely easy to make phone calls with since you don't need to lift your phone to your head anymore like a peasant. You just use the built-in mic and get up to 12 hours battery of cooling and music. That not enough? Well, how about the fact it's micro USB chargeable for up to 200 hours of standby time, the fact that your connected device can be up to 30 feet away from it, and the fact that before you can say, flippity flossages, I want some sausages, you can fold it up and stick it straight in a bag for any kind of travel. If you head to the description right now to coveaudio.com/Caddy70, order some of these headphones and use the discount code Caddy70, you save a whopping 65% off of your order. Why isn't it 70%? I don't know. Oh what? That still isn't enough? Well, how about the fact that they also come with a bag? The next track is Expert Daddy Pig, and I dread to think where it's going because it starts with an almost minor diminished sound suggesting he's an evil overlord waiting to eat his kids.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
But it's actually all about how Daddy Pig thinks he's an expert at everything from reading maps to making pizzas, but actually can't do any of those things very well at all.
Silly Daddy.
Leading to the end of the first verse where Daddy Pig tries to hang a photo frame on the wall, and the whole house caves in, crushing Daddy Pig to death. The next track is Rainbow Rainbow.
It's got all our favourite colours in it.
Really? But rainbows don't have black. Peppa's a massive racist. And this song is basically a more difficult version of the standard Rainbow song that every kid knows in order to learn the colours of it, so that's fun.
Red and orange and yellow and green and purple.
And maybe it's just me, but when kids' songs and nursery rhymes specifically don't rhyme and instead try to get away with using the same word or not rhyme at all, that really steams my ham because kids love rhymes. They're satisfying and close off phrases of music in a nice tight bow which is easy on the ears. It's good for creativity and your language development too. So when I hear lines like red is the colour of our car, it's the best, I then expect orange is the colour of mummy's favourite chest, which is disgusting. However, it's actually red is the colour of our car, it's the best, orange is the colour of mummy's favourite dress, which just doesn't sound right. It doesn't land as well. I mean, you could put anything at the end of the first line to make it rhyme. But then again, what else would you put there? Red is the colour of our car. Oh, yes.
Do you know what colour that is, George? That's right.
What? Oink. The next track is Super Potatoes theme, and if anything, I'm just lost by this point. It's a song about eating your fruit and vegetables and being healthy, which is all well and good, but first of all, we still haven't established if Mr. Potato is actually a sentient potato, meaning we should be eating him, and secondly, the song's lyrics are really not clear on this message at all. I mean, it lists the fruit and vegetables that kids would know and why you should eat them, which is fine, but the chorus repeats the adage,
Remember to eat your 5.
with no further explanation past that. Preschoolers are stupid, you gotta be more specific. What? Eat 5 fruit and veg a day? A week? In my whole life? At least I can be positive here though and say this is the best song on the album so far. Yeah, I'm not joking, it's got good rhyming, a nice rhythm, a nice upbeat tempo, and the chorus is surprisingly catchy, so well done, Peppa. Sheeran.
Did someone say my name?
Yes, very clearly. Can you not hear them? It's almost like potatoes don't have ears. Okay, now at this point, I'm getting the warning bells out. You see these stars here? On Apple Music, these represent the most popular and most played tracks on an album. And the fact that the first half of this album has these stars and not the rest of it says to me that the parents who put this on for their kids realised they made a mistake and couldn't stomach it any further than track 6. Anyway, track 7 now, Peppa and Friends. A desperate song that illustrates that in order for you to ever have fun in your life, you need at least one friend to play with. This is simply untrue and dangerous for kids to think. And my childhood self sitting on his own playing Taz Wanted on the PS2 because he was bullied all the time has something to say about that. I need more friends. Next track, The Class of Madame Gazelle, a marching song that lists off every child in the school of the show. Which is great if you want to learn the names of every child in the school of the show. But more egregiously, it tries to tell you that school is fun. Now come on, Peppa Peg. My childhood self sitting on his own playing Woody Woodpecker on the PS2 because he was bullied all the time has something to say about that. I really need to shut up. Track 9, Festival Fun. It's she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes, but talking about how brilliant it is that Peppa and George are going outdoors. No, I'm not kidding. Read the lyrics. Peppa and George are pigs from a battery farm. Oh god, here we go. It's now time for jumping in muddy puddles. I wonder what this one's about. Yeah, this one is just boring. It's the most stock-sounding track on the album so far, and that's saying a hell of a lot, because most if not all of the songs on this album sound like a load of kids singing along to presets on a Yamaha keyboard.
DJ! DJ! DJ!
Yeah.
Dictionary.
Okay, that's a bit harsh. I mean, it sounds modern, it sounds cleanly produced, it's not like MIDI quality, but that doesn't excuse the fact it uses all the same instruments and effects that you'd hear on every single stock kids nursery rhyme video on YouTube, or even what you can buy from stock sites online. This is a stock nursery rhyme track that I downloaded for free nearly 10 years ago. And here's Peppa's album.
Copyright, sorry.
If it weren't for the voice actors from the show giving little snippets of dialogue in between all the tracks, I wouldn't be able to distinguish any of this as a Peppa Pig album. It doesn't fit with anything. I mean, look, think of the original Peppa Pig theme for a second. You know, think of all the xylophones and the brassy instruments going up and down and plodding all around. Sounds very piggy, right? Well, there's nothing like that anywhere on this album. It's just the most stock, bland, inoffensive bran flake music I've ever heard in my life. It doesn't feel like it fits on a Peppa Pig album. What's the point of this being a Peppa Pig album? When did my life get to this point?
Do I dare bring up another thing released decades prior that tries to accomplish the same goal but does it a million times better? Sure, why not? The classic nursery rhymes collection from 1983 that I did a video on years ago does indeed have an album version of the movie. And here you get nursery rhymes performed with a variety of different singers and musicians, played in totally different genres that change in every track, and with the use of real instruments. In fact, let's just take a look at the composer's written preface to the album. It says here, and I quote, "The aim was to present the traditional nursery rhymes and songs in an entertaining and imaginative way, but true to their historic roots and without the cheap commercialization often present in children's music." I salute you, John Duprez. I know this isn't Peppa singing traditional nursery rhymes, but the sentiment remains true. This doesn't sound authentic or warming. It sounds cheap and patronising. With this, you can hear the performances and hear the love that went into it purely for the goal of entertaining kids with no silly synthetic bells and whistles attached. That's what makes this more timeless and like you can actually listen to it as an adult even though it is kids songs.
Peppa's first album doesn't make me feel like a kid again. It reminds me that Bambi's mum never made it.
By the way, in the Jumping in Muddy Puddles track, you're also stuck with more vile and sloshy mud sounds, which if you wear a good pair of headphones sounds like Peppa Pig, my first ASMR.
Muddy puddles.
Sorry, perhaps I shouldn't be so mean to Peppa. I mean, didn't you know? According to Google, she's 7'1". That's as tall as Shaq. She could destroy you. Wait a sec. Does that mean she'll eventually get a PS4 game spin-off called Peppa Foo? Christ, if she's that tall, how big does that make Daddy Pig?
I know exactly how heavy I am.
Please don't.
The next track is called Holidays, and it's a reskin of One Man and His Dog Went to Mow a Meadow, my least favourite kind of kids song, like Old MacDonald Had a Bloody Farm or Fat Sausages Sizzling in a Pan. God, I wish that was Peppa! The kinds of songs that go on forever and repeat themselves to fill out a boring melody by counting up or down from one thing and then including or removing the other things but saying the song over and over again with one more or one less thing each time. Did I bore you explaining that? Good, because it's worse when you listen to it. And even though this track only lasts for 1 minute and 40 seconds, it feels like half an hour. You just repeat the same song over and over again, counting down from 5 days till holidays to 1 day till holidays. I'm falling asleep. The next song is literally called Traffic and is a kid's song about how fun it is to be stuck in traffic. Seriously, why would anyone in their right mind make a song about traffic for kids? It's never fun. It's not fun for the adults driving or the kids in the passenger seat, and no amount of car noises being used as backing instruments can convince me otherwise. This is not just depressing. This is a kid's song called Traffic. Track 13, Balloon Ride, a song where Peppa repeats the same words over and over again. Big balloon, bigger than the sun and moon, flying high in the sky. Fly and fly and fly and fly. Look down there, growing on the ground. What's that? Trees. You know what, though? This is going to sound strange, but this melody and chilled-out vibe to the track actually reminds me a lot of the lullaby tracks in Katamari Damacy.
We're flying in a big...
You know what I mean? I mean, just make the singer Japanese and I think it would fit really well in the game. I don't mind this track, aside from the awful lyrics. Next track, Busy Miss Rabbit. A song about a rabbit in the show who is criminally overworked and has like 1 million jobs while trying to look after 1 million kids, which she clearly can't do with her paychecks, otherwise she'd just have one job. But instead of deep socio-economic commentary on Peppa's first album, we just get told how funny it is that 1 second she sells ice cream and the next she's a fire engine driver. Look, I don't know about you, but if I found out Mr. Whippy was coming to save my life if my house was on fire, I'd be very angry. Next track, Peppa Party Time, a song about Peppa having a party for absolutely no reason. And guess what she does? She sings, she dances, and she jumps in muddy puddles again. I mean, what more can I say? It's boring, it's samey, and even better, because the kids all say the word party so many times in the song, it eventually sounds like potty.
Party, 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 party.
And I don't know about you, but the very idea of a song existing on this album called Peppa's Potty Time makes me violently ill in my mouth. So let's skip this one and move on to the final track, Peppa's Lullaby. Aww. Yes, I know, you are all enjoying it so much, but all good things must come to an end.
It's just a shame I can't say anything about this track other than it sounds exactly how you'd expect it to sound, you know, stock lullaby music with a waltzing rhythm. But I did find this lyric very interesting. Good night, Peppa. Good night, George. I wish you'd get stuck in a gorge.
There we go.
What the
The things I do for this channel. I need a drink. And what have we learned today, everyone? Well, it's that this album here has proven once and for all that Peppa Pig is still going strong as a franchise after 15 years. I don't see why myself, personally, but I can at least take comfort in the fact that whenever you search for her on Google, one of the first image results is that traumatizing screenshot of her from a fake online video screaming at the dentist. In life, you've got to take the little victories. At the end of the day, though, all of my stupid joking aside, this is for kids. Really small kids. So who cares? We all grow up eventually, forget a lot about the media we used to love, and then we take a look back and realise that Andy Pandy's full name was Andrew Pandrew. My point is, we can all laugh and joke about it, but unlike the show, this is ultimately harmless. It's just fluff. But it still has Peppa's face on it, so it has to go.
Peppa skin. Hello there again, everybody. Sorry about the state of my hair. It's in the middle of a growing phase. I can't really fix it right now, but there will be outtakes on at the end of this video, so please
Just wash your
every single one of you amazing people.
Brush, brush, brush your... No. I actually can't, because not only does this mean that she is infecting yet another...
Give me a sec, can I get you a drink?
Bit louder?
Ooh.
If not, don't worry, I can adjust the mic, it's no issue.
Evening, sir! Oi!
Peppa's first album doesn't make me feel like a kid again. It reminds me Bambi's mum ever...
Big balloon. Big balloon. Ooh.
Garçon! That she is infecting yet another corner of the media industry, so...
Bong, bing, boo. Bing, bong, bing. Bing, bong. Bingly, bungly, boo. Stanley's eating Peppa. Stanley's eating Peppa. Was good piggy pig, isn't it?
That's funny, seeing the dogs. That's funny. Yeah. I never got into Peppa Pig. Like, the only way I found out of its existence was by the memes. That's it. But that's crazy, man. It got freaking an album, got a theme park, TV, like just movies. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, that's my reaction to Peppa Pig. It has a music career by Caddicarus. I'll see y'all in the next one.